Hi there, I'm Manal Sayid, founder of Sayid Consulting. We're a small team brought together by shared values, complementary strengths, and yes, the fact that we're siblings. Alongside my colleagues, Muna, Ayub, and Abu Bakr, we partner with social profits, public sector organizations, health centers, municipalities, and mission-driven teams to help them align on where they're going, strengthen how they work together, and move forward with clarity and shared purpose. We've been supporting organizations through this work since 2020. A lot of organizations are doing important, meaningful work, but they're doing it in the middle of complexity. There are different voices in the room, different priorities, real tensions, and often the people closest to the challenge have the least influence over how it gets addressed. I've experienced that firsthand. Growing up within these communities and working within these systems, I've seen what happens when people are left out of conversations that directly impact them. Far too often, decisions are made about people rather than with them. The result is predictable. Implementation struggles, trust breakdowns, and the very relationships needed to move forward together are weakened. And that's why Sayid Consulting exists.
When I reached out to Sayid Consulting, our organization was in a huge period of change, going through a lot of transitions with leadership, with societal context, with what was happening in our shelters. We were post-pandemic. We were looking to do a strategic planning process that could help us align as an organization and give us guidance on where we needed to go next.
Some of the most important insights aren't found in reports or spreadsheets. They're found in the experiences, perspectives, and wisdom of the people closest to the work. Our role is to listen carefully, identify patterns, and help organizations turn those insights into meaningful action.
Most consulting firms begin with their expertise. We begin with dignity. We believe the people closest to the work already have the wisdom needed to move forward. Our job isn't to arrive with the answers. It's to create a process that helps people surface what matters, name what's getting in the way, and build something that's shared.
You could feel the welcome from the moment you walked in the room, the way that they set up the room, the way that they welcomed people into the space. There was an engagement from as soon as you walked into essentially a rec space that had been transformed into this place that encouraged open dialogue and sharing of information and participation in a way that was really aligned with what I think our team needed.
They really believed in a participatory engagement approach, which was really important to us. They wanted to talk to all of our staff, all of our clients, all of our stakeholders. And that was so important to us, to get everybody's voice and to make sure that nobody's getting left behind.
I think the one thing that really stood out for me was that the process wasn't rushed. And I know a lot of the times where it's like, no, we're on a deadline, there's a critical path, we've got to do this. But with Manal, she really stressed the importance of slowing down and getting it right.
I think the superpower of Sayid Consulting is that they are extremely rooted in community values. They have a very strong work ethic, and they're prepared to work creatively in an engaging space to generate a collaborative approach to any question that's on the table.
We had some people who were really skeptical about the whole process. As we were leaving, I had all these same people kind of come to me and show their appreciation of how well that day was done and how they felt that the event was really successful and it was facilitated beyond what they expected.
Whether we're facilitating a retreat, a strategic planning session, or a community conversation, we're always thinking about the participant experience. People contribute differently when they feel welcomed, respected, and genuinely included. We spend more time listening than prescribing, because how a decision gets made is often just as important as the decision itself.
And great conversations only create impact when they're followed by action. We help organizations move from ideas and intentions to clear plans, practical next steps, and meaningful progress.
What clients often tell us is that they leave with more than just a plan or a set of recommendations. They leave with greater clarity on where they're headed, stronger relationships across their teams, a deeper sense of trust, and a shared ownership of what comes next. Because when people help shape the future, they're far more likely to believe in it and, more importantly, commit to it.
What changed as a result of working with Sayid Consulting is we have a really great strategic plan. It's clear, it's actionable, it's organized, and it's written in a way that is easily understood by the folks that use our services, the folks that partner with us, and the different folks that we work with across our community.
So I think the biggest benefit of working with Manal in terms of how we're moving forward was that strategic plan has really organized our thoughts and our priorities in a fast-moving environment. So when you look at our strategic plan, we always ask ourselves now, is what we're about to do, does it enhance the staff experience? Does it enhance the experience of our partnering agencies and our volunteers? And we always ask these questions before we move forward with anything. And this has been the process since we did our strategic plan with Manal.
I don't think I've ever really seen anybody facilitate with the skill that Manal has. She is an absolute master with a quiet presence, but commanding the room. I would say that's not just experience and skill. I'd categorize it as talent.
Manal is genuine. You hear the word authentic thrown around all the time, but she is the real deal. She is kind. She's a leader. She's a thought leader. She provokes people in the best way possible to think differently. And she's sought after. Not only because she's good at what she does professionally, but just because of who she is as a person.
At its heart, this work is about people and relationships. It's about creating spaces where people feel heard, valued, and connected, and where organizations can come together to create something better than any one person could have imagined alone. And that's what excites me about this work, the possibility of what happens when people are genuinely invited into the conversations.